Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, we're going to start in the next 2 minutes. Hi, Darshan, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, you guys can hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon. I think all the other participants are muted, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. So let us start. I think we have about 45 members who have joined us Saturday afternoon. First of all, sorry we were not able to take a live session in the last 2-3 weeks actually, due to some of the other commitments that kept on coming. And we got a lot of requests. I think Archit was still posting his Twitter thread every weekend. So I think at least the queries have been addressed. Unfortunately, we couldn't do a live on Monday or Tuesday when the markets corrected and there was a lot of panic. But I think the tweets have helped you all to stay a little patient. And I think a lot of people panicked and must have sold the positions. And you've seen a good bounce in the mid cap and the small cap since then. But a good end to the week. जितना खराब week start हुआ था उतना ही I think the end of the week was that sweet. I think we've closed above 16,500 on Nifty, 55,000 on Sensex. So for the first time, we are seeing these levels on the index. And I think Archit will guide us through with what is his view on Nifty, Bank Nifty, and all the broader indexes. And then we'll start. We have our young guns from the team today. And I think Neeti is going to take her first session and she'll be covering some of her stocks from. So looking forward to this session, Archit. You can take over and we can start.
Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope like the tweets, like as Darshan said, the tweets that I shared on mid cap and small cap, that most of the indexes are near their moving averages or their support. It helped. Anyways, we'll look at the Nifty and the Bank Nifty chart as usual. We'll first look at the weekly chart of Bank Nifty. So as you can see, Nifty, so Nifty had broken out from this long, I think so from the consolidation was, so it was a 7-week consolidation. It had been trading from 16,000 in the range of 16,000 to 15,400 levels. So it had broken out from 16,000 levels, and right now it has achieved its target of 16,500. Although Nifty looks good, you can see a retest to this the levels of 16,000. I won't rule out. So Nifty on an overall chart is looking very good on the daily. On the daily chart itself, it has broken out from a new range of 16,370. So the first support level for Nifty would be if it comes to retest the level of 16,350 or 16,400. It is a good level to go long. And we'll just look at the Fibonacci resistance level. What will be the resistance level for according to the trend based Fibonacci? And as you can see, I've just drawn one that is a Fibonacci extension level. So 16,868 or 16,900 levels, according to this recent breakout, Nifty should reach that level. So you can place your trades accordingly. Most of the index stocks are looking very good on the weekly charts, on the monthly charts, as well as the daily charts. They are breaking into new highs. So you can keep 2-3 levels in mind. First level is that is a 16,380 levels. If it comes to retest this particular zone, this particular resistance will act as a support zone, and it will try to take support from those levels. So this was the chart for Nifty. Look at Bank Nifty, and as you can see, although Nifty has performed in the past few weeks, Bank Nifty is unable to cross this particular zone of 36,500 levels. and this is a very long consolidation. The date range, I'll say, so it is a consolidation of nearly like from 1st March till it is, I think so, the mid of August. So it has been consolidating in this particular zone, and it has not able to cross 36,500 levels. Also, you can see there is a cup and a handle, or you can say a VCP formation. It is struggling to cross the resistance level. So this particular chart zone, that is, it made a cup and a handle pattern. The pattern failed, and it is again like it is again struggling to cross this particular zone of 16,500 levels. So 36,500 levels. So once it crosses the 36,500 levels, Bank Nifty will shoot up explode explosively. So this will eventually help Nifty to reach the target of around 16,900 levels. And I think so one should keep this chart in mind. Whenever Bank Nifty crosses the 36,500 level, one should wait for a confirmation. One should wait for it to sustain for at least 15 minutes, and then you can look to go long in Bank Nifty. So these are the two. Yeah. So these are the two Nifty and the Bank Nifty zones. Another chart I'm going to share for CNX IT. We'll discuss one CNX. And as you can see, CNX IT has been rising since a long time. It has broken out, but currently I feel that everyone is jumping into the IT stocks, and it might correct. We have seen it multiple times whenever the retail public, or whenever everyone who's saying that IT is going to perform, IT is going to perform, or metal is going to perform, usually in the next weeks it correct. And as you can see, the Nifty IT chart is looking a bit extended. I'll make the Fibonacci extension zones as well from this thing. So as you can see, just a second. So as you can see, the CNX IT level is already at its Fibonacci resistance of 32,700 levels. It is nearly about that zone. So, and it is looking quite extended as well. So I can see some profit booking going in the next week in CNX IT. So be a little cautious in the IT upfront, although all the stocks are looking on the verge of a breakout, but the CNX IT zone is a bit extended, and if it crosses the 32,700 mark and it sustains for at least half an hour, then you can look to continue going long in the individual stocks. So these are the two things that we are covered. Now I hope Niti is ready, so Niti will take over. I just give hi Darshan. Just a second. Yeah, Darshan, I have unmuted you.
Yeah, I think we'll have to just check the technical aspects also. Thoda mute ke baad, I think there's some pop-up noise also which is coming every time someone is joining.
Okay. I fixed that issue. No issue. Abhi nahi aayega.
Issue is fixed, right? Perfect. So we've discussed Nifty. I think Bank Nifty also you've covered. And Nifty IT, I think one sector or one index that performed in the last 2 weeks. I think I agree with you. Definitely that when everybody is bullish, I think that's the time when you book out and you wait for a better entry. Because what happens is what you've seen in the last 2-3 weeks, in particular, after a while that breakouts were failing and people were getting trapped at higher levels, and then it blocks your capital and it takes a lot of time for the stock to come back to those levels. So I think extended mein mat thoda ghuso abhi. Better to buy at supports. I think Niti has a few setups which she would like to cover. She's there on.
Yeah, I think so. She's there. So I have
I
asked
think
her
you have to
to.
wait for the host so
Yeah,
that she
I'm the
can.
host. Okay, just a second. I'll make.
Yeah,
I
I'm
made
here.
her the host, so I'll just stop my share. Yeah, and she can take over.
Yeah, I share my screen. Okay, so can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Now we can all see your screen. All the best. It's your first session with all your followers.
Yeah,
And this
thank
is
you.
go on YouTube after the session is over. So all the best. We are looking forward to hearing from you, whatever's on your watch list.
Yeah, okay, so I'll be covering few stocks from my watch list that are looking good. So the first one is Cadila Healthcare. So we'll check the monthly time frame first. So as you can see, it had given a multi-year breakout and it is currently retesting the breakout. So even if we check the Fibonacci levels, yeah, so it has taken a support near 537, and the wicks here are suggesting that the buyers are stepping in. So hopefully it should reverse in these levels. Let us also check the daily chart. So yeah, it has formed a reversal bullish candle. So this is looking good overall. So the next one is OFSS. Let us check the monthly time frame here as well. So currently it is giving a multi-year breakout. It has formed a V bottom, which is also a bullish reversal pattern. So if it closes above 4,700, I think these are the levels that you should look to go long on. The next one we have is.
What can be the target for OFSS if it closes above 4,700?
It closes about 4,700. 1 second. So I think someone is drawing on the screen. Can you please stop that?
What you can do is, yeah, you can go to the settings and disable an annotation for others. Otherwise, like you have to do it yourself if the people are not stopping.
So we'll use a Fibonacci extension. Can you please stop this?
Yeah, Niti, do one thing. Go to the settings. Otherwise, just make me the host.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just made me the host, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, anyways, I'll start with the session and then you again take back. Otherwise, okay, Niti?
Archit, can you remove one of the participants? I'll just tell you the name.
Yeah. Just a second, we will continue with the session. We'll just remove one of the participants and then we'll go ahead.
And also Mr. Sanskar, I think these two people were scribbling with the screen and annoying others and wasting time of everybody involved here. I think these two people don't deserve to be a part of the session. So might as well remove them and we'll continue.
Okay. Is the Sumit Khetawat or which
No,
one?
it's Sumit Deora.
Okay, so I've removed the person and I'll again make Niti the admin.
Yeah,
And
also remove Sanskar and Harsh.
He has
Sanskar and Harsh. Yeah, these three people were identified to be doing unnecessary stuff, to try and I think you've removed them so we can continue rather than wasting time on them.
Yeah, so I've removed them. I'll make Nidhi the host again and then she can continue. And yes, Nidhi, you can continue again.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one, I guess. That is AU Bank. So we look at the weekly chart first. So as you can see, this is in an uptrend. It has formed a just a second. Yeah, so it has formed a cup and handle pattern. You all can also see an inverse HNS pattern here. Yeah. So it has also formed an inverse HNS pattern. Both are bullish reversal patterns. Even the volume built up is really good. So yeah, this is looking good. Should move up from here. So the next one we have is electron engineering. Look at the daily time frame. So as you can see, it is in an uptrend and it is also forming an ascending triangle pattern. Yeah, so the volume built up is also really good here. So I think 155 will be a good entry point if it comes to retest. Or you can also enter at 160, I think. So that is a good entry point. So the next one is TCS. So it is in an uptrend and also broken out of an ascending triangle pattern.
So yes, TCS is looking good. Actually, the volume action is also good. Just for the timing purpose, just go to the daily time frame or just see whether it is extended or not. And as you can, if it gives you a better entry point, I think so near the retest zone, it would be a better entry point. But yeah, definitely it can move up higher as well. But from the risk reward ratio, I guess if it comes to retest the breakout zone, it would be a much favorable trade. But yes,
yeah, so 3400 is a good entry point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is also forming a sort of a VCP pattern, if I'm not wrong. So the next we'll cover is HFCL. Weekly time frame. So as all can see, this is in an uptrend, and we look for the support zone. Here's Fibonacci. So I think it has reversed from these levels, which is the golden ratio 0.618. And also the wicks, lower wicks are telling us that the buyers are stepping in. So should reverse from here, I think. Yeah, that's it. I think Arshit, you can take over.
Yeah, you just make me the admin, then I'll take over. It was a good watch list, I guess. Hi Darshan, I hope.
Hi, Archit.
Yeah, can you go to my thread and let's cover the stock queries, or if anyone can
Correct.
help.
I think there was one query regarding the targets for OFSS. I think the head was, the length of the head is the target once it closes above 4,700. So briefly, 5,000 will be the first target, and uske baad aur 300-400 points. So those can be the targets for OFSS. And I think good setups by Niti. So we move to the thread. Now we are going to take only the thread and the stocks that we personally like from the thread, because I think the thread is really long for us to be able to cover in the next 45 minutes to an hour. So अच्छा, I'm covering your thread. जो भी मेरे को अच्छे लग रहा है ना, वो वाले stocks में ले रहा हूँ. ठीक है?
Yes, definitely.
चलो. So I think there are few queries for Hind Copper. So let us start with Hind Copper.
Yeah. Yeah. Firstly, we'll go to the weekly chart. We'll just look at the so the overall trend is still up of Hind Copper. You can see this particular zone. I am not ruling out a retest of this particular breakout zone of 110 to 115. So, but the overall daily chart, quietly the short term looks negative as the latest swing low has been broken out and it is not able to close. The first swing low that was broken out was around 160 level, and as I said, I told you, like I had mentioned on my Twitter thread, that it has to close about 160, then only that short term trend would be in the positive zone. But as you can see, it broke out from the 140 level as well, like it broke down from 140 level as well. So unless and until it crosses above 140, then it will move towards 160, and if it crosses above 160, then it would be in momentum. Otherwise, I am not ruling out a retest of the retest of the zone of 115. So overall, the long-term trend is up, although the short-term trend has become negative. So look to enter at support levels rather than chasing breakouts in this particular stock. And if you are long at a higher level, look for a look to average the stock near 120, 115 zone.
Next one, Archit. Three of your favorite stocks, I think Laurus Labs, Jubilant, Ingrevia, and Hecal.
Hi. So Laurus Lab is like, as you, I've made multiple reports on this thing, and this is one of the favorite stock. This is a very the pattern over here is a slanted HNS continuation pattern. So the HNS continuation pattern, it can happen on a horizontal line, it can happen on a slanting line. So the target of this, according to this pattern, is around is 95 points from 680. So it will roughly come around till 800, 850, the short-term target. And as you can see, the Laurus Lab was the strongest stock during the mid-cap fall as well, the mid-cap, small-cap fall as well. So look to enter this stock if you have missed this stock at 685 levels. If it comes to retest this particular zone of 685, or look to add this stock once it closes the 725 mark, and once it closes over the 725 mark, it will head towards 800 850 levels. This was about Laurus Lab. The next stock was Jubilant Ingrevia. So as I've said, you don't have to apply too much brains over here. You just have to follow the chart. The stock is in a beautiful uptrend. All the resistance usually becomes a support, and it does not move below that thing. So currently it broken out at 660 levels. It went till 750 level. 750 is a very strong Fibonacci resistance level. So I'm not ruling out a retest of 650 levels, and if it comes near 650 levels, then it is a definite buy for Jubilant Ingrevia. But currently I feel the stock has moved up, and it will consolidate a bit further to head towards 850 900 levels. So just keep this in mind for Jubilant Ingrevia. And the next stock, Darshan, which one was that? Hecal?
Hecal.
So Hecal का भी काफी लंबे consolidation से निकला है. So it was nearly a consolidation of, I think so. इसने काफी टाइम से हम लोग का पोजीशन इसमें बने हुआ था, 4th June ये, and it has now broken out. So the two things is like 655 is the retest. I think so. Yes. Yeah. 655 is the retest zone. मतलब ये rectangle breakout आया था, तो अगर dip आया 655 650 तक, then you should look to buy this stock. And on the weekly chart, it has just started moving up. And इसका Fibonacci ये देख लेते हैं. So sorry. 1, 2, 6. So the 680 is the first Fibonacci resistance, and it has managed to close above that thing. And the next target would be around 883 levels. So these are the two targets of Hecal, and Hecal I'm still positive. And any dip towards, I think so, 650 is a minor support, and the next major support is 600 level. Then you should look to buy this stock.
Perfect. I think we have a couple of queries from the metal sector. I think Steel Authority India, SAIL, and Tata Steel. And we'll also cover JSW since it is another favorite stock of yours. So 3 from the metal sector.
So as you can see in the SAIL, it has formed a pennant kind of a formation. It broke out. It came to retest the breakout zone. And you can see a higher wick over here, which indicates that the buyers are interested to buy at the level of 123 or 125. Currently, it is at 133 on a weekly chart. The results of SAIL were good as well. And this probably tells us the mood, the sentiment, whether the buyers are strong or the sellers are strong. So this move was just to remove the weak holders. So in this type of chart pattern, what you can do is to look to buy at support levels. So whenever it comes, if it comes near 128 levels or 125 levels, look to buy. Or else, if you want to chase the breakout level, it has to close above 138 mark. And once it closes above 138 marks, then it has a higher target. We'll go to the weekly time frame and we'll check the target of SAIL, weekly or monthly, I think so. So yeah, so once it closes about the 138 or 142 mark, it can head towards 175 180 levels. So but for this kind of a movement, look for a closing basis, like the stock has to close above the 140 mark. And whereas on the downside, 125 to 128 is a very good support zone for SAIL. So this was about SAIL. The next one was
Tata Steel.
Tata Steel.
Tata Steel.
I think the Tata Steel का result था Friday या कभी एक दिन पहले, Thursday को था, right?
Yeah, I think the con call was very good. That's why it moved up the way it did. And
yes, as you can see, ये अभी consolidation. It was in a very good consolidation. This is a rectangular consolidation, and the volume action over here. See, the volume was good. And usually what happens is Tata Steel जब भी एक consolidation से निकलता है, then it doesn't give you a chance to enter one particular stock. You can see multiple times over here ये एक consolidation था, once it crossed the 900 mark, वो directly 1200 तक गया. Now, if it crosses the 1480 marks or the 1485 marks, I am definitely sure that it can go till 1700. I will look at the Fibonacci levels as well. So if you can, as you can see, I'll just. तो अगर 1500 लेवल क्रॉस कर रहा है तो उसका फर्स्ट टारगेट ही आ रहा है कुछ 1560 लेवल तक. दैट इज अ वेरी स्मॉल टारगेट. ये फिबोनाची एक्सटेंशन है. So overall, Tata Steel is looking good. You can do swing trading as well in this stock. If you are not comfortable buying on breakouts, look to add the stock near the 1400 levels. या अभी नया सपोर्ट बन जाता है 1435 levels, minor support. So the overall chart pattern for Tata Steel is looking good.
Next one is JSW Steel.
So JSW, it has a good resistance at 780, and you can see a I think so ये ascending triangle kind of formation है. Although the candle काफी too many dojis are over there, so I'm not a bit confident, but overall JSW Steel also looks good because it has not broken down the support of, I think so, काफी बार इसने weak holders को निकाल दिया, and it has still managed to close near the 749 levels. So I guess around 715 to 730 is a very good support zone for JSW Steel, whereas the resistance is around 770, 775 marks, 775 mark to be sure. And once it crosses the 775 mark, I guess ये भी ATH का script है, so 775 cross करे और close करे, then it opens the door for 900, 950 levels for JSW because it has been consolidating since a very long time. मतलब around 4 months of consolidation हो गया ये, first, second, third, and this is the fourth month. So once it crosses the high of the fourth month, then it can again continue its up move.
Correct. I think it has also not moved up in comparison to all the other metal stocks. इतना बड़ा नहीं है, so there's a lot of room left.
Right.
From that standpoint.
JSW काफी बढ़ गया. Tata Steel like has underperformed JSW Steel. I think.
Yeah, one of the queries is for the invest, or is it Tube Invest? Can you just check?
Sorry, Tube Invest.
THE Invest. THE Invest.
नहीं समझ में आ रहा है bro.
THE.
Okay, EHE. Still cannot find.
The query is for Tube Invest.
Okay, Tube Invest. TUB. So this stock काफी अच्छा कंसोलिडेशन चल रहा है इसका स्विंग ट्रेडिंग के लिए. राइट नाउ ये एक बेस पैटर्न से ब्रेकआउट तो दिया है, यू कैन सी. So it can head towards 1300, 1350 levels, but as I can see ये illiquid stock है. जब भी मोमेंटम रहता है तभी इसमें वॉल्यूम ज्यादा रहता है. So look to add. अगर आपको अभी कितने चल रहा है, 1200 level is a good support level for Tube investment. You can make a trade over here and उसका target आ जाएगा 1350. Overall the chart pattern is looking good. It is in a consolidation zone and it has broken out. I think so 5-6 week का breakout दिख रहा है मेरे को. So overall chart pattern is very good. 7 weeks of consolidation.
I think the query was for the Investment Trust of India. The stock was up 14% on Friday.
Okay, this one.
Go invest, yeah. Correct.
Volumes were very good. Okay, कुछ news आया था क्या इसमें?
I'm not tracking the stock, but
it is looking.
I think volume भी ज़्यादा था.
Looking a bit illiquid as well, but ठीक है. I think so 130 is like the resistance zone for Tube Invest, and it has managed, I think so, to close above that or to close at that particular level. So the next Resistance that you can watch out for the Invest Trust of India is around 170 levels. No overhead supply मतलब 130 के बाद. So yes, it can definitely move till 170, but थोड़ा इस पे और एक check करना पड़ेगा because the overall trend of this particular stock is in a downward zone. But yes, it can be in your watch list and देख सकते हैं इसका volume action कैसा है. So 165 to 170 the probable targets for the Invest Trust of India.
Perfect. I think we'll move to the next one. Indus Tower.
I think so one should overall like look to avoid this particular stock downtrend में, because the trend is down, इतना ज़्यादा up move होएगा नहीं, and you can see continuously lower highs and lower lows, एक support तोड़ता है, फिर वो it becomes a resistance, and now it will find difficulty in crossing this particular zone of 220 marks. Is it in FNO, Indus Tower?
Yeah.
No, so better to avoid this stock, or if you want to add for investment.
Basically, Bharti Infratel का नाम change हुआ है Indus Tower.
Okay.
Every time on our algo also it's always signaled for sell only. So shorting
Yeah,
के लिए opportunities is
right,
not.
because as the overall trend is down, I am not like 230 तो cross हो ही नहीं पाई है, काफी बड़ा support था और वो टूटा है, so better to avoid this stock.
Perfect. I think next one is Rain Industries and Graphite.
भी रेन इंडस्ट्री काफी सही लग रहा है because overall the results were good and it has broken out from beautiful it had a very good resistance at 200 levels and it has broken out, it went till 280 levels. Now it has come to retest the breakout zone, so the levels you have to keep in mind is a 200 level. अगर 200 के पास मिल रहा है 200 210, then it is looking good because the overall trend is up. As you can see, इसको ये थोड़ा extend करेंगे, इसको extend करेंगे. So you can see it had broken out from this trend line resistance ऊपर गया and it has come to retest that trend line and it has taken support. थोड़ा yes, you can see it has taken support. इसका एक resistance रहेगा 245 level. Once it crosses the 245 level, then it will again go to test till 270 280 levels. So the overall trend of this Rain industry is good. The levels you have to keep in mind is the 210 levels. Once it comes near the 210 levels or once it crosses the 250 mark, then you can look to go long in Rain. And the next is Graphite. I think so Graphite is a, उसके भी काफी strong results आए थे and HEG के results अच्छे आए थे and उसकी management commentary भी काफी अच्छी थी HEG की. So considering this thing and the long wick candle over here, ये doji kind of a formation है, it means that the weak holders are out and now it can like consolidate or move sideways in the range of 650 to 700. ये इसका भी trading range बन जाएगा and once it crosses the 705 mark or 700 mark and stays there for at least 15-20 minutes, then it can again go to test the 760 and 800 mark. ओवरऑल मीडियम टर्म के लिए काफी अच्छा लग रहा है बिकॉज ये इसका काफी बड़ा कंसोलिडेशन था, उसको ब्रेकआउट किया, रिजल्ट के बाद में थोड़ा नीचे आया, शेकआउट भी आ गया है. नाउ इट विल हेड टुवर्ड्स आई थिंक सो 800 एंड देन इवेंचुअली फॉर न्यू हाइज.
Great. I think one of with Graphite, I think जितना आप सस्ता बाय कर सको is a better, I think, entry point, because time and again we've seen that breakouts failed in this particular stock, and same is the case with Rain. So I think support regions Archit ने बता दी है, might as well wait and try to add there.
Yes.
Next one is Praj Industries. अच्छा, इस बार thread काफी छोटा है यार. I think I'm almost at the end of the thread.
Okay.
We'll take some from the Zoom के comments में से भी take some.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, definitely. I think so Praj का ये है कि it has come in this the T22 zone. इसका consolidation चला गया. Result काफी अच्छे थे, and it has not broken out the broke 325 mark, breakdown नहीं किया. So I feel Praj will move once it is out of this ASM or T22 list. And the important zone, I look to add this stock whenever it comes near 325 or 300 levels, because it has given a multi-year breakout and the fundamentals are also quite good. And on a technical perspective, I don't think so. This blue line that it has a support level of 315 should be breaking. It won't be broken out. And on the resistance part, once it crosses the 410 mark, you can see a good Darbox box kind of a thing or a rectangle. Once it crosses the 400 mark, 410 mark, it will head towards 500, 550.
Perfect. I think we have 5 more stocks from your Twitter thread, and then we'll move to the Zoom comment box. Okay. So one of the stocks, recent listing, Anthony Waste Management, and the stock has moved well in the last entire week, the last 10 sessions, if I'm not wrong.
What is the ticker name?
Anthony Waste. ANTONY, Anthony Waste.
ANTONY. I think so. This comes in my IPO, this setup as well. And yes, with I think so. This is looking quite good. The Anthony Waste. It has it is breaking out from a consolidation from nearly like 8-9 months. January se bada consolidation tha since it was listed, and it has managed to close about the 375 mark, which was the earlier support, I think so. So you can either look, agar confirmation mein buy karna hai, so either look to buy this stock above 405, 410 levels, then it can easily go till 490 levels. और अगर इसको support पे buy करना है, so I think so 350 would be the best level to go long in this particular stock, because अभी इसका trend change हो गया है. You can see the stock has stopped making lower highs, lower lows. Instead, it is making higher highs and higher lows. So this is the point where one should understand that the trend has changed, and you have to look to buy the stock whenever it comes near the support level. So this was regarding the Anthony Waste.
Next one is Cochin Shipyard.
Which one? Shipyard?
Cochin Shipyard.
Okay, Cochin Shipyard. I think so. Yeah, iska support at 300 levels. This stock but lacks momentum. So I guess 336. अगर आपके पास 336 आए या 300 to 336 के range में, you can look to add this stock. Volatility काफी कम रहती है, but it has a potential to go till 400. But ये ही इसका range लगेगा, 300 to 400 के range में रहेगा. And once it crosses and closes about 430, 440 marks, then it is a different story. But till now it is lacking momentum, and I look to enter at support level, but only for investment purpose, not as a trading stock.
Perfect. I think next one we'll take Lakshmi Organics. LXChem symbol.
I think so. ये peer है इसका, क्या बोलते हैं, Jubilant Ingrevia का. And yes, I think so. Lakshmi Organic is also looking good. इसने काफी बड़ा breakout दिया है 8282 और 300 levels. Daily chart पे तो थोड़ा extended लग रहा है. I will look to enter the stock whenever it comes to retest a major particular zone of 300 levels. So आपको 300 levels पे आए तो look to add. Or if you are a momentum player and you want to catch momentum, keep a small stop loss. You can look to add about 345 levels, keep a stop loss of 330, and like can exit near 380 levels or so on, because it is forming a good rectangle zone. But if I am there, I'll look to enter this stock whenever it comes near 320, and the best case scenario is 300 levels.
Perfect. I think next one is Pritika Auto. Pritik, Pritika Auto.
Looks like a penny script. It is lacking momentum. It is in the sideways pattern. Definitely to avoid unless and until it closes over the 25 mark, because this chart pattern doesn't make sense. You don't have to trade in such chart patterns.
Perfect. I think last one, Dalmia Sugar.
I think the sugar में काफी लोग एकदम बीच में bullish थे, and it has given a decent breakdown. It usually happens with such stocks, but I guess the range for sugar right now is not to chase the breakout. Look to add near the support levels, and the support level for this particular stock is, I think so, this higher low has not been broken. So 375 to 400 is a very good support zone for Dalmia Bharat Sugar. We'll look at a weekly chart, and yeah. So as you can see, it has a 20-day moving average also near 370 levels. You can look to add the stock near the support. Instead, here, don't chase breakouts over here in such stocks, the sugar stocks. Look to add such stocks near the support zone.
Perfect. I think last one just came in my eyes. Tata Consumer. I think it was looking good.
Broken out, I guess. On and yeah.
Tata Consumer काफी अच्छा लग रहा था.
And yes, it is a very good chart pattern, and it has broken out from a good consolidation zone. Yes, for consolidation hai. What I can do is make a this thing, and you can see इसको 815 का एक छोटा सा resistance है, but that doesn't matter. ये look at the Fibonacci extension instead. And yes, so this is looking good. I think so any retest till 800 level is a good level for Tata Consumer. Iska Fibonacci resistance is around 830 levels, but if you can see, yes, so around 830, 845 it can go. You can look to add near 800 levels, which is this zone, and you can like book profits. The target would be 830, 835 levels. Looking very good.
Perfect. I think I'll take some of the queries from the comment section. Dishman and Sinjin.
Dishman is Hecal, I guess.
Yeah.
So Dishman के results अभी काफी अच्छे आए थे, and as you can see, इसका weekly, monthly time frame पे इसका breakout already आ चुका है. So definitely the trend has changed, and इसने अपना retest zone भी क्या बोलते हैं अभी recent correction में it has retest the breakout zone of, I think so, 170, 175 levels. So it will be in momentum once it crosses the 230 marks, but overall the result for Dishman Carbogen was also good. So you can add in this range of 175 to 180 levels, or wait for it to cross about 230. अगर आपको momentum पसंद है, so once it crosses the 230 mark, it can easily go till 300 levels. And the next stock is Syngene. अभी like थोड़े stocks ऐसे एक investment stock रहता है और एक trading stock रहता है. तो Syngene is one of the stocks which is an investment stock. You cannot look to trade in this particular stock because इसमें तो काफी moment नहीं है. So as you can see, एक ये symmetrical triangle से इसने breakout दिया था Syngene ने, it went till 700 levels. अभी now it is again consolidating in this particular zone. I am not expecting major movement over here in the next couple of months, but on an investment perspective, this is looking good, and it can head to, like, the party has not started yet, so it is just in the consolidation zone. It is in the basing zone, and once the results come up, or I think so 1 or 2 quarters, if it goes well, the chart pattern goes well, it can head towards 900 and so on. But this is just for an investment purpose, not for the trading perspective.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'm just trying to take the ones where we have positions as well. So I think exchanging solutions is one of the stocks that is asked. Then intellect design, then Nazara. Exchanging solutions.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Exchanging solution, in such stocks, the entries do matter usually. So now the stock was at a good support zone of 75, 75 से 138 गया है, and now it has come. इसने retest भी कर दिया, I think so. The 100 level का breakout. Now it will keep consolidating. Any dip till 100 level is a good buy for exchanging solution. But overall, on a monthly time frame, this is looking good because it has broken out from a cup and a handle formation as well. As you can see over here, this is a cup and this is a handle formation. And the target according to the cup and a handle formation would be काफी लंबा हो जाता है, that is 78 points from this. So according to the chart pattern, the target for exchanging solution is 175 levels, and you can look to add the stock in the range from 80 to 100 levels. Keep a stop loss below 75, but this is all according to the monthly chart. That is why the stop loss are very deep, but overall this is looking good.
Next one, Archit, is Bank of Baroda.
I think so. Bank of Baroda भी consolidate कर रहा है काफी. It is in a good consolidation zone. मतलब ये it moves in the range from 78 to 190 levels. So you can play out this swing trading opportunity whenever it comes near the 78 zone. You can look to add this stock, and it has a resistance at 89 level. But as you can see, the overall trend has changed. The stock has stopped making lower highs and lower low. Instead, it is making higher highs and higher lows. So as you can see, it is moving up. It moves up, makes a higher high, and now again it has making a higher high, and now eventually it can go till 105 levels, but you can look to add whenever it comes near 75 to 78 mark.
Perfect. I think one of the queries from Mr. Bunty Walia is on Navkar Corporation. I think he has bought it at a higher level and isn't sitting in loss right now. You can check Navkar Corp.
Navkar Corp, it had a good resistance at 40 to 45 levels. Just a second. So it has just come to, according to the chart, has come to retest the particular zone of 40 levels. Keep a stop loss below 40 because अगर वो 40 cross नीचे किया on a closing basis, it can head towards the 30 mark. So the overall trend looks changed. Inverse head and shoulder pattern भी बना है, kind of. You can make a inverse head and shoulder pattern. ये retest zone है, it has come to retest zone, this particular zone, and it can move till 60-65 levels. So I think so. कितने पे buy किया है?
48.5.
So that is not bad. Keep a stop loss at 39. Be a bit flexible. Wait for a closing basis stop loss, and it has a potential to go till 60 levels.
Correct. I think 𝐒𝐞𝐿 is one of the trades that we had also shared.
Right.
𝐒𝐞𝐿. Yeah. So this was I think penny stock that was given for risky traders, and we had shared it at 12 rupees and it went on to make a high of 22, post which I think it's been locking in lower circuits.
So yeah, so it looks like this was the first signal. This was a shooting star kind of a formation. It means that the buyers have lost control. So 𝐒𝐞𝐿, it can head towards 9.5 levels, but overall the setup looks good. As I have repeatedly mentioned, how you identify the trend has changed. The trend has started making higher high and higher lows. Now this low was broken down, but it again continues. So I think so. if it doesn't move below 10 levels, then it is a very good bet. I think so. The fundamentally company is also like decent one, not a penny stock, but a decent stock. So although this is a bit risky, I think so. If it doesn't break the 10, then it can continue the movement and it can go till 20 levels at least in that.
I think the turnaround story is the major reason to suggest it for long-term investment purpose. And it comes from the HT Media Group. So I think the promoter pedigree is also decent. So I think whoever is posting numerous times on DG content, I think if you bought it from a short-term perspective, try to exit at your cost. For those who had entered it from a long-term perspective, wait for it. You'll get a good exit. In my view, you'll get an exit around 40 rupees. So just keep your investments in check. Penny stocks, as we've mentioned numerous times, penny stocks, micro caps, small caps, your investment as a percentage allocation to your total portfolio is very important. आप सब पैसा उसमें डाल दोगे and then the money will be stuck. It may not move. Your thesis or rationale for investment may not turn out the way it should, because these are smaller companies, right? It may not deliver the way you expect or you anticipate the particular company to deliver. Say, for example, if Archit is bullish on Jubilant and Gravia, he knows that the fundamentals of the company are that strong that perform kiya to next quarter to perform karega hi. So in this particular scenario, I think these are riskier investments. 2 to 3% of your portfolio is the maximum that you can probably think of putting in penny stocks or smaller micro cap companies. तो वो चीज ध्यान में रख के invest करो.
I think so. Ratan India पे भी same ही आया था. So in these stocks, the entry is very important. You cannot enter midway. So whenever we enter a stock, we usually enter at a low price, and here also we entered at 28 levels. And as I've been saying, although the target of Ratan India looks like I have mentioned on Twitter, it is 200 levels according to the Fibonacci's, but currently this is still looking riskier. I'll look to buy around 40-30 levels if it comes. I still have a position in it, but you have to look at the company fundamentals as well. There was a disclosure from Jubilant, I think so, food regarding the Ratan India or something like that. So although the stocks is in a good uptrend, I look to enter at lower levels. I won't enter right now. I'll wait for 40-45 levels. There was a query mentioned on Ratan India.
Right. I think Jagsonpal Pharma, somebody is posting time and again. Okay, so Jagsonpal Pharma we had bought last year at 25 rupees. And we don't hold any of the position as of now, but
I just heard कि उसका pattern is same Jubilant Ingredient. So yes, it is making a higher low kind of a formation, but look at the price action in such stocks. It just moves one day and उसके में consolidation में आ जाता है. This is looking good. The volume action is like contracting on low volumes. So yes, you can look to buy at support level. So इसका support level Jackson Pharma का कुछ around 165 level है. ये support level पे buy करो और look to buy the stock whenever it moves around 200. Look to enter as a 196, 198 पे don't enter. Look to enter when a round number has been like breached. So this is one of the important things. But although yes, Jackson Pharma has crossed its all-time high as well. This is according to my charts. ये ट्रेडिंग व्यू के हिसाब से बीएससी का देख लेता हूँ चार्ट. नहीं तो बीएससी के हिसाब से 280 का है उसका ATH. So look to enter at 160 or either about 200 levels for Jackson Pharma.
And I would say, in such stocks, just be careful. Unless you studied the fundamentals in rather detail, because these are smaller companies, right? So you need to be sure about the fundamentals if you're investing your hard-earned money. आप trading कर रहे हो तो ठीक है, आपका momentum है, stop loss है, target है. If you know how to respect stop losses, I think you can trade in any stock. But if you're someone who's going to buy and not sell it in losses, then I think the losses can deepen. So might as well, study the fundamentals also before investing. And specifically less than smaller companies जिसका 1000 करोड़ के नीचे का market cap है, उसको rather उनको ज़्यादा study करके पैसा लगाओ.
I think so. The
1,000 crores,
recent
10,000
small
crores.
cap and the mid cap जो fall आया था, it was a very good like
I
retail
opener.
investors. Yes, because the stocks had crashed around 30-40%, although Nifty was going up. So इसमें अपने को stop loss, you have to be very selective of the stocks that you are buying. अगर इतना नीचे आते, the company should be fundamentally decent or good, then only it can rise to the cost that you have been entered. So stock selection is very
What's it?
important.
Hecal, तूने cover किया ना? Hecal made a low of 500.
Yeah, right.
In that, I don't know, किसी का माल फूटा होगा. Don't exactly, can't digest the fact that it made a low of 500, but it actually made a low of 500 and 670, 680 आ गया उसके बाद.
Yes. So मतलब वही है कि इसमें fundamentally good company, then you can like be patient whenever the market crashes or market corrects. This is not a crash, but this is a correction. So,
and I would also add one more thing here, to all the people, whoever is watching this, just be sure that these are higher levels. Don't be 100% invested as of now. You should have money in your hand when the stocks correct, when it gives you a better entry to add it. आप पूरा इन्वेस्टेड रहोगे और लेवरेज तो जरा भी ये लेवल्स पे मार्केट में लेवरेज्ड काम मत करो. I think leverage is one of the reasons why we saw the kind of panic that we had, because a lot of MTF accounts got burst in those first 2 days of the last week. So don't leverage, trade within your capacity, and if possible, cut down your positions, liquidity, because correction जब भी आएगा, it will be a healthy correction. It will give you a good chance to add stocks, specifically in small cap and mid caps. तो वहां पे आपके पास पैसा रहना चाहिए एवरेज करने के लिए, या एटलीस्ट you shouldn't be in a position that now the losses have deepened so much that the account is burst and the broker is selling your particular stocks. So don't do that. I think that is a word of caution from my end. We'll move to the next 2-3 stocks. Achit, we can say NALCO, National Aluminium.
fine. I think so. ये 76 to 75 is a good support zone for NALCO. Weekly chart पे थोड़ा एक evening star kind of a formation दिख रहा है, which is usually a reversal sign, and this gap is what hurts me कि ये gap नहीं आनी चाहिए थी, because it is a very big gap. So NALCO would be in this range. It won't be, according to my charts and my analysis, it is difficult for NALCO to cross this zone of 90 to 93. You can look to sell if it comes near this zone. And another opportunity to buy, to enter the stock, is to look to enter the stock at 75 levels. So once it comes near the 75 level, it is a good support zone for NALCO, and then it can be in this range from 76 to 90 level in the near future. I guess it will be in this range.
Correct. We'll take Intellect Design. We also have a position in Intellect Design.
So Intellect Design ka, you can see it had given a false breakout. I think so results were quite decent, but yes, it has corrected. You can see a hammer kind of formation. I'm not sure if this is a hammer or not, but this is a kind of a wick formation. Wick ka formation देखो कि काफी low तक गया, and it has closed. So the buyers are interested to buy at 600 levels. So that becomes the immediate low for this particular stock. Whereas the resistance for this stock is around 715. Once it crosses the 715, it can again go till 800 levels. So in this particular stock, the best approach is to buy at support levels at 600. If you are stuck at higher levels, you can look to average the stock near 600 levels. And the immediate resistance for Intellect Design is around 715. And once it crosses the 715 mark, it can again look to head towards 800, 850.
Perfect. I think last 3 stocks for the day. So we are having a position in Tata Motors also. Actually, we can cover Tata Motors. can cover Sumitomo Chemical. We also have a position in Sumitomo Chemical.
So see, Tata Motors is looking good. एक double bottom kind of a formation बने हुआ दिख रहा है, and इसका intermediate resistance is 315. 315 पे काफी बड़ा resistance है. So once it crosses the 315 mark, it can head again towards the 340 mark. So you can look overall trend Tata Motors का काफी अच्छा लग रहा है. After that recent fall, it has been consolidating, and it was unable to break down its good support zone of 285 marks. So I guess around 315 उसको resistance मिलेगा काफी बड़ा, but once it crosses and closes about 315, then it can head towards 340 mark.
Next one, Achit, Sumitomo Chemical.
I think so काफी अच्छा है. इसने retest भी कर लिया, that is the 390 level. Overall trend is positive. अभी वो 390 would become the intermediate low for this particular stock, and 425 is the resistance zone. So once it crosses the 425 mark, it will again head towards 450 mark. 450 पे थोड़ा pressure आएगा, because those who are trapped at 450 levels will look to sell whenever the stock comes near the cost. So I guess 450 तो आ ही जाएगा. 425 इसका breakout level है, and the recent low, you can say 386 is a support zone. So the overall trend is positive. So look to add the stock whenever it comes near the support.
Also, I think Sumitomo is one of the investment stocks. इसको आप लेके भूल जाओ kind of a scenario भी पकड़ सकते हो.
Right.
Rather than trying to take intraday trades or something on those lines. So we can avoid that. Achit, Usha Martin multi-year breakout na?
Yes, Usha Martin ka breakout tha. I think so that was around 45 levels, I guess.
We had covered this in our HNI first. I think this was the first setup which was shared with the HNI clients.
Yeah. So this was the particular
setup. Yeah, 45 levels.
45 levels. Abhi, yes, it has a potential, पर इसका resistance है 80 level का. So I guess monthly it is a bit extended. On a daily chart, it is looking good. It is moving in a very systematic manner. So अगर daily chart पे swing trading करना है, so 60 is a very good support zone. 60 पे है तो look to buy. Whereas there is a big resistance at 75. So 75 भी cross करे, so 80 is the next resistance zone. So overall investment in this stock is looking good, but look to add near the support zone.
Perfect. I think we'll take one last stock for the day.
Yes.
Indoco Remedies. I think you had it Indoco Remedies the other day.
Yes. So yes, it is looking very good. Indoco Remedies. इसका भी monthly breakout हो गया already 400 पे. अभी it had posted good result on I think so 11th August. It went till 533. It has come to retest this particular zone. So a pennant breakout हो गया, retest of the pennant breakout, and it will again continue the momentum till I think so 550 600 level. Seeing this is again a investment stock, not a trading stock. इसका काफी liquid रहता है. So look to add this stock whenever it comes near the support level.
Perfect. I think there are a lot of queries. Do you want to take some more stocks, or I think we are done for the day?
I think so we are done for the day. We'll cover all the other stocks, I think so, on the thread. If we can write it on the thread, we'll try to cover it over there.
एक last देख लेते हैं, Zensar Tech. I think it was covered by Niti also, I think, on her channel.
So Zensar is looking good. So इसका कुछ 330 350 पे support है, but it is quite far. So we'll look at the daily chart. So daily chart where there is a support at 370 mark, and there is a resistance at 445 marks. So उसको 450 समझ लो. So look to add when it crosses the 450 mark. Overall trend is up and it is at its ATH all-time high, or look to add whenever the stock comes near the 390 400 mark. So the stock is looking very good because it has just crossed its ATH of 350 level, and you can see a inverse head and shoulder as well.
Pattern target should be at least what, 300 points?
Yes, Aram say 300 points. But this is again for investment, not for
From
trading.
investment and from medium to long term positional trade.
Yeah.
जितना time at least 1.5 साल का target पकड़ के चलो.
Yes, it will take time.
Perfect. So I think we are done for the day in terms of analyzing the stocks. Congrats, Arjit. You managed to cross 11,000 followers.
Yeah, thank you. I think so. Niti has also crossed a good amount of followers, and she is a very young girl which has like learned very quickly. So the team
I think
is
a
good.
lot of the members should know that the team members are not even. I think 21 साल हो गए, शादी करने की उम्र हो गई है सबकी या नहीं हुई है?
Yes, everyone is in, I think so, 20, 21 level, and they are working.
Correct.
Good.
That's a really fascinating or rather heartening thing to see that a lot of young kids, young adults, adults entering into the markets. See, technicals and fundamentals सीखा जा सकता है, but what I would rather try to emphasize upon is that most important is to trade yourself and learn to build conviction, and that happens only when you yourself are analyzing it. So from us, from Archit, from Niti, from all of us, whatever analysis we share, and this is in particular to all the clients who have been subscribing to us. Being dependent is good. We try to ensure that we simplify things as much as possible. No room for any misinterpretation or any room for errors, but there are so many stocks, so many different setups that are constantly being evaluated by us, and at times it may be difficult for us to have a track of all the setups simultaneously, and we may miss out. So what I'm trying to suggest is that through these webinars, through the posts, through the different charts that Archit posts, and through so much of material that is available online, I think it's time that all the people who are really serious about making a career in the stock market as a trader, as a say full time or even part time income perspective, that it's time for you all to step up and start learning. And I think whatever we can share, we've been doing our bit. But I think it's really important to be in that zone where you are also learning in the process of investing and trading, because ये सब चीजें आपको खुद कर करके ही आप perfect बनोगे. Even from my team, what we suggest our team members is that you start trading, because unless you all trade yourselves, it is going to be very difficult just to on the basis of a chart. You cannot determine. वो जब आप ट्रेड में होगे, जब वो स्टॉप लॉस के पास आएंगे, आपके इमोशंस ऊपर नीचे होंगे, the psychology will kick in. So those are the things that experience आपको सिखाएगा. जब तक आप खुद से नहीं करोगे तब तक वो चीजें नहीं समझेगी. So that is a bit of a thing that I would advise all the people watching it, that try to learn bits and pieces. You cannot be perfect. इतना time नहीं होगा कि सब कुछ सीख सको आप, because it's a vast thing. It's not something that you can learn in a matter of 2 days or 3 days and then expect that I'll become perfect. But consistency is the key. If you are consistent, things will fall in place. And I think
so also, like actually many of the people were telling me to start a course. So like I've just planned out a course of price action, this thing course. I'm just looking out if like many members are interested, then I'll put the time and the effort in designing the course and all, so on and so forth. So just to give you an overview of the price action course, the price action course would be just basically on fundamentals and the basic things that you should keep in mind whether you are an investor or trader. कि कौन सा चार्ट पैटर्न आना चाहिए, what is the trend, and all the basic things. We won't go very deeply into the complex studies, because I think so जितना अपन simple रखेंगे उतना काफी easy रहता है. And the major concepts of, I think so, trend, support, resistance, candlestick patterns, which patterns to trade, how to take an entry, कौन सा कितना quantity लेना चाहिए, कैसे लेना चाहिए, that all those things we are going to cover in this particular session. But it is going to be, I think so, we have planned in this month of September. So we'll look at the entries and try करेंगे ये करने का course.
Perfect. And I think one more thing, since we also have a broking platform, and people who have been affiliated with us, over a period of time, they've learned and they've also managed to earn. So once you join the family as a client in terms of, a broking or a broker client relationship, then, a lot of other benefits are also extended to you all. So whoever has been subscribing to the monthly subscriptions, etc., I think even for those products, we have a specifically curated platform where we'll be able to place orders before the market opens. We can place basket orders, and all of those features are there, which may not be available on the broking trading on. So you all can consider signing up for that. Open a demat with us. We will add you to our premium members clients WhatsApp group, where we constantly are in touch with the clients and share our trading views in a real-time basis. I think one of the attempt to kind of demonstrate that was in the 3-4 live trading WhatsApp groups which were created. Unfortunately, the first 2 days the markets actually corrected a lot, and it was a mid-cap, small-cap fall wherein we started. But I think despite that, the entire week overall was good. I think we couldn't demonstrate exactly how we actually trade in terms of the setups that we share with our actual clients. But I think through whatever little you all saw, if you are convinced, I think it's time for you up. I think even your subscription trades will start getting executed better. So that's I don't know if you all have been communicated about that, but whoever is subscribed to any of products of Tech Check by Nifty, I think that's an area that you should look into and get in touch with me if you find any difficulty. With that, I think Archit will share the details of the course as in when the course is set up. So till then, just stay tuned to the Twitter channels. Follow Tech Check by Nifty. Follow Curious Investor. You can also follow SPERA Securities on Twitter. Not that active, but looking forward to having more of these sessions on a regular basis. I think we are done for the day. We can wrap the meeting.
Yes, and also special congratulations, Nidhi. This was the first session, and it was a good one. So thank you, everyone. We are ending this session.